Hello everybody, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening depending on where you are in this amazing world. My name is Donovan Jolly, and welcome everybody once again for another amazing video of DIY investing. ChainLink has been leading the market. ChainLink broke out and is now in price discovery, and it doesn't look like we have any signs of slowing down anytime soon. A lot of people over the last couple days have been trying to call the top in ChainLink, saying that we're about to reverse. But the thing is, guys, we just broke out of a major consolidation and just barely started entering price discovery. When a coin does this, this is where sometimes coins pull 100x moves and sometimes even larger than that. With ChainLink outperforming the rest of the market, with ChainLink just leading everything in general, it's very important that we're paying attention now because ChainLink could very easily be a huge driver of value into this new market cycle. Whatever ChainLink does, many of the other cryptos are going to continue to follow. And so if ChainLink's breaking all-time highs, it's very important that we know with what's happening in the short term, long term, and mid term so that we can have a full around understanding of how to profit off of it. Today's video, we're going to be sharing with you guys all of my updated trading plan with ChainLink, how I'm trading it, how you guys can do it for yourself, and some things that I thought were very interesting inside of this cycle. If you're new and just finding this channel, always remember to do me a favor by leaving a like, comment, and subscribing to this channel for more updates. Make sure that you guys click that notification bell so you don't miss out on any new videos like the one provided for you here. And always remember, guys, I have a Discord community with over 10,000 members. This is the best and fastest growing Discord community out there for crypto. I highly recommend that you guys check that out. It's free for anybody that wants to join. That you guys don't have to pay anything. All you got to do is click in the description of this video. There you're going to find the invitation link to my Discord. Once you guys have access, I also offer my more exclusive content like the video course and Signal. So if you're somebody that wants to learn more about on how to sign up for all of my educational content or how to copy my portfolio, you guys are definitely going to want to stay to the end of this video because I'm going to be taking a couple minutes to explain how to sign up, the pros of doing so, and how we can actually get you going today. Alright guys, we got a lot of really exciting things. ChainLink is about to go much higher over the next couple weeks, so without further ado, let's jump right in the video today. Alrighty guys, so here we are taking a look at ChainLink on the dollar. We're going to go through and analyze a couple things because there was a lot of important things that I think a lot of people are misconceptualizing. Now yesterday I started noticing a lot of people that were trying to call the top. A lot of people were saying that the top was in because of this big wick that we saw here in ChainLink. But the thing is, guys, there's a lot more price action that I still think needs to develop before we can fully have an understanding because Bitcoin hasn't broken out, hasn't broken up, or it hasn't broken down, whichever way you guys think it's going to go. And so because of that, there's really no reason to expect that ChainLink's going to stop if, it's already breaking all-time highs and Bitcoin hasn't made its move. Because, if Bitcoin starts breaking out, why would ChainLink just all of a sudden stop now? It just doesn't make sense. But if, Bitcoin dumps, maybe then we would get a short-term top. And so it's important that we understand what is happening. Now, one of the arguments here, we're going to go over a couple of the arguments that I hear for bearish and why the cycle top is actually in for ChainLink. Now, the first one is they're going to be talking about this wick up here. This big wick, pretty deep wick, probably at least 20% inside of the sell-off. Oftentimes, you see a lot of wicks at the top of a trend. You see some little wicks here, wicks here, wicks here. Generally this shows that the top of the trend is in, but it doesn't always have to mean that. Now, a lot of people are trying to write this off as this is the cycle high for ChainLink because of the fact we have this wick. Now, the other one is actually the declining volume because we have had declining volume since here. We had a lot of breakout volume that took place here. We consolidated sideways, and now we're actually breaking out, but we're breaking out without any consistent volume. Now, what I want to talk to you guys about this is actually how when we see charts breaking out and they don't show consistent volume. Now this can mean a couple things. This can mean that we are close to the cycle high, or it can also mean that we're just waiting for the volume to catch up because sometimes prices will actually start breaking out and then we don't start to see a big breakout in buy volume until after the breakout starts to play out. And so when I look at this, we can see here that based off of this volume, we have had some descending resistance. Now if we come and draw it down here, you guys will start to understand what I mean. Now up to this point, we have been held below this descending resistance on the volume. Every time we hit this resistance, we fall lower, and we haven't had any breakouts above this until now. Even though it's really small, this is a volume outbreak that is bigger than any of the prior cycle volume from here. Now I'm not counting the very blow off top, I'm just counting all of the previous volume inside of this consolidation. And so now that we are seeing some green buy candles coming in that are bigger than any of the prior ones in this resistance, that's a very encouraging sign that we're actually seeing price expanding with that. Now obviously this is a really small amount of volume. We do want to see some more volume coming in. I would like to see much bigger volume than even the cycle high, but we're going to watch and see how that plays out. Nonetheless, I don't necessarily think that this is as bearish as everybody will lead you to believe, because oftentimes cryptos will start impulsing and they'll happen really quickly, and there really isn't any volume to match up with that until further into that impulse. But we've got to watch and see. If we don't get any impulsing volume that starts to come in and we keep impulsing in volume, I might think that we might be ready for a short-term correction. So we're going to watch and see with that. Now, when we look at this chart, we look at this. Let's actually dive into the shorter time frame. Let's go to the 4 hour. Let's actually go to the 1 hour time frame. We're going to dive into this shorter time frame because what we're seeing here, guys, is just textbook example of a bull run. And what we see in these bull runs is just higher highs on the trend. So this was the COVID panic, and then this is where we actually started going up. And we can see that every dip is bought up really quickly. Every single dip, every dip that we get. We sharp stab lower, we bounce up immediately. Stab, bounce, stab, bounce, stab, bounce. All the way through. And this has been the characteristic approach of, watching ChainLink. Every single time we get a correction, we literally always bounce up on the upside. Same thing happens here. Corrections, and then we start going higher. And now, with us breaking out, we've hit the point where we're starting to go really parabolic, where we're bouncing, short little dips, and then we're breaking higher. Short little dips, and we're breaking higher. And if we actually zoom into the shorter time frame on the hourly, we're about to get another break and another new all-time high. And we can see that here. We get these descending resistances. Once we break out of those, we start impulsing much higher. And this is the case every single correction. And so if you're watching this, and maybe you didn't get filled on a ton of entries in ChainLink before this run, and you're really feeling left out. Now, my best advice that I could give right now is, don't be looking to try and FOMO buy right now. What I always tell people is whenever it goes to me looking for entries, and I'm looking for an entry, if it's already started impulsing, I ask myself a simple question. How long do I plan to hold this? If I'm planning to hold this long term, then I don't worry about the short term price action. Because, if it's long term, I'm always focusing on that long term growth. And, is there going to be a lot of movement within a week, or is there going to be a lot of movement within a year's time? I can't predict all of the time movement within a year, but if I think that the market's going to be bullish, then I'll just buy it, because it doesn't matter on the shorter time frames as much. And so now that we're actually in this point of the market cycle where ChainLink's breaking out and it's making these short-term corrections, really the best thing to do is just wait for one of these corrections to start coming in. Up to this point, it appears like the corrections have been about 10 to 20%. So this one was about 13%. This one was probably close to that too. About 20%. So look for anywhere from a 10 to 20% dip, and then just buy that dip. Every single point, if you would have bought any of the 10 to 20% dips up to this point, you would have made a lot of profit. So just following that trading plan, maybe you don't take quite as big of positions now that ChainLink's already so much higher than the others, but it's still really good for day trading. I mean, look at this. You guys watch for the breakout and the descending resistance. You buy that. Let's say we would have bought like here. We would have sold. You would have got like a 50% move just in that one swing. Let's say you do the same thing. You wait for 15% dip, takes us to about right here. You're already up in 8% profit just to the cycle high 16%, and when we break out and go to another high, you're looking at another 40-50%. It's not actually that hard, and this is what's being repeated on all of these time frames, guys. We're just seeing these little short pullbacks and impulses, short pullbacks and impulses. In my opinion, we did just break out of this all-time high mark. There's no reason to be super fearful that this can't keep impulsing, because when we break past an all-time high, this is what the coins do. And if, guys, if we go and take a look at any of the prior market cycles from the last bull run, you guys are going to start to understand that this is just the way that these things move. And in my opinion, ChainLink actually looks a lot like Monero did. Monero went through this long sideways accumulation, right? We sold off, we rounded out, and then we finally started impulsing, and then we made our first major breakout, right? This major breakout came, we sold off, and then we went and retested the previous highs. So about right here, we went and retested that, and then we kept going. And this is really what happened after that. This was the bulk of that entire bull run, which took place after we broke out of the cycle high. if we take a look at ChainLink today, you know, we just got that, guys. We really just got that same thing. We got the cycle high here. We retested that cycle high 3 different times, and now we've broken out of that all-time high, and we're into major price discovery. If we look at what happened with Monero, you know, we came down, we came down, retested that, and then we broke much, much higher, right? This is like a little cup and handle formation before breaking out. And we can see the same thing happening here today at ChainLink. Obviously, the market structure looks a little different, but nonetheless, it doesn't change anything that we're seeing here, guys. This is a coin that's in price discovery. This is a coin that's been leading the market since this bull run started in 2019. Why are you betting against that? It just doesn't make sense to me, guys. We just broke out of this all-time high. There's no reason to be super bearish right now. There's no reason to be super fearful. This is why I've been accumulating so much of it, guys. I bought a significant amount right here. I bought a lot. It was actually right here again. Right here, I'll add a lot of my margins right here. So I'm pretty much just over leveraged to the maximum degree without technically being over leveraged. So I'm very leveraged into this market. And that's because I genuinely see a lot of upside potential. Like, look at this, guys. It looks pretty much the exact same chart as Monero from the last cycle. But when you look at what happened with Monero, you know, can you guys imagine if this was to happen with ChainLink? Like, let's just take a time and layer over a chart real quick. Let's just do this, just for shits and giggles. You know, this sucker mooned after. And if we take this and we layer it over this chart, you know, there's no telling how high this sucker can really go. Because that's the thing, guys. If this thing's really going to start going parabolic, it's going to surprise everybody. It doesn't matter. But it'll end up looking something along the lines of this. I don't really know exactly. And of course that looks a little bit funky when we're looking at it like this, but nonetheless, this is really what I expected to do. Just more complete and utter euphoria, because this is the way that these market cycles work. I already told you guys that I expect my price targets to be $200 to $500 per ChainLink. That's really what I'm expecting. I'm going to hold mine to $200 because I see enough potential with the way that this cycle's working now up to this point. Now, before we wrap things up, let's actually look into the Bitcoin pair, because the Bitcoin pair is really, really exciting, guys. Everything is just looking up and up for this chart. If we look at this, you know, we finally got that blow off top that I've been telling you guys about. So shout out to anybody that actually bought ChainLink because of my videos. I've been very adamant about telling you guys that I expect this one to do good. Now that it's really breaking out and doing good, it makes me happy for everybody that actually listened and bought. So make sure you guys mention in the comment section if you did purchase this. Let me know kind of how you're feeling over these profits. Did you hold? Did you take some profits? What's going on with your trading plan? I really love to hear that. But if we come in here and actually analyze some things that are happening, we're going to start to see, you know, just how strong this trend is and why we as investors should not be underestimating the strength of this. You know, guys, every single time ChainLink has came to this level, we've got an impulse. Every single time. And it's so important to understand that, because as we hit this trend line, it creates a perfect opportunity to be buying. If you would have just bought this trend, you would have never lost any money. And in fact, I actually added my positions here. This was the first place. And so overall, from where I started buying ChainLink, I'm up about 2x. You know, we added our positions right here. We added to them over here a lot in pretty much this entire area. And now we're up significantly, at least 1x on all of our positions. But this is what I've been updating you guys with. I kept telling you how I was expecting that we needed just one more big parabolic run. But when we look at this, this doesn't look over. In fact, it looks like we're going to need quite a bit more of a big run. Because, guys, this is just the accumulation phase of a parabolic trend. We didn't even start breaking out and making significant higher highs until most recently. This is quite the parabolic move that we're seeing. This is the type of stuff that we want to see. Up to this point, it's just been accumulation, which is why I'm not really too shaken about selling everything now. I'm going to be holding much long term because, guys, if you get too excited about making these short-term profits at the beginning of the bull run, you know, by the end of the bull run, you're going to be pissed at yourself because you didn't just hold when you would have made way more money actually doing that. And so for me, I know how much money I missed out on in the last cycle by not just holding and just, you know, be willing to hold all the way through, no matter how parabolic, no matter how big the corrections were, just hold. Because of that, you know, I didn't make as much money as I could have, but this time around, I'm not making those same mistakes. This time around, I'm dollar cost averaging. This time around, I'm not worrying about the short-term price action. And because of that, you know, you guys have seen what's happened to Tezos. You've seen what's happened to ChainLink. You've seen what is happening to Ethereum, even though it's a little bit lagging. Literally the only cryptocurrency that I'm not in profit in is XRP. The only one. Pray to the XRP gods to, wake that beast up so that I can make some money. But that's the thing, guys. It's literally just sticking to my plan has made me so much money over the last year and a half. You guys have watched it if you're a part of my channel. Whoever tries to comment and say I haven't made money obviously has no idea what they're watching, because, every single one of these trades, every single one of these big time cryptos that I've been talking to you guys about have been breaking out. And I've been talking about these coins for a long time. Is it coincidence that they're leading the market? No, it's not. It's because I knew that these were going to be the best coins, and so I invested into them. That's why it's really important, guys, that if you're new getting into this market, it's so important that you guys actually follow somebody that knows what they're doing so that you can get sound input on how to actually make a portfolio and how to make a portfolio that's profitable, because anybody can buy cryptocurrencies, but it takes a special type of person that's willing to have a plan for how long they're going to hold. They're going to hold throughout on that plan, and then they're going to take profits based off of that plan, and they're actually going to be profitable in doing so, because, guys, there's not very many people that can do that. Now, what I wanted to quickly talk about before we wrap things up is just how to sign up for the video course and signals, what it comes with, how you guys can do that today. Now, like I stated, when you guys get into this market, you're going to need to learn how to do all of this stuff. You're going to need to learn how to do all this analysis, how to spot what a good cryptocurrency looks like, how to be able to buy before the trend starts so that we can maximize the most profit potential. If you're somebody that watches my channel that wants to learn how to do all of the stuff that I do, the video course is definitely going to be the thing for you. I mean, it's 20 educational videos that teach you guys all of my trading plans. It's going to teach you guys risk management. It's going to teach you guys all of the basics, Fibonacci, trend line, support, resistance, all of them. You're going to learn inside of that course. I'm also going to be adding more videos down the line so that you guys can actually get some more awesome content. Now, on top of that, you guys are also going to need to reach out for the signals, because if you would rather just copy my portfolio, 80% of my portfolio is for long-term holding. All the coins like ChainLink, the ones that I've been very adamant about, the ones that are in a lot of profit right now, this has been a part of our long-term portfolio, and you would have made these profits with me if you guys would have copied that. So, the signals, 80% of my portfolio goes to long-term. As soon as you guys sign up for that, you guys are going to get access to my long-term portfolio. And then I also take 20% of my portfolio to allocate to shorter-term swing trades. So, maybe you guys will be able to take my long-term portfolio, just kind of buy, forget about it, make those profits with me. And then you'll be able to take the 20% and take a lot of the swing trades that I take too, because a lot of those have been going up even more than my long-term portfolio. VeChain was one that pumped 3x, Zilliqa 2x, Quant 2x. We've bought Engine Coin, we've bought Status, we've bought so many of these cryptocurrencies that have been pumping. You guys really need to get in there, check it out, make these profits with me. Come here. It's really fun to be in the Discord. In the Discord, you guys get access to your own private Discord channel where you guys can ask me direct questions, where you can ask other people direct questions, and it's just a really good learning environment. So if this is interesting to you guys, all you guys got to do is click in the description of this video. There you're going to find the invitation link to my Discord. Once you guys click that, it's going to direct you to my Discord server. Once you guys have access, shoot me a message or shoot any of the 6 moderators a message, and we will be here to help you guys get started on the right path today. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you guys so much for the support. And with that being said, I'll catch you in the next video. As always, peace out.